Hey guys, how you doing? I just was looking around my website and I realized the date was, August, what is it, August 5th? And I'm supposed to record a channel update like once a month. That's, sort of what I do. So I want to apologize, really quick. I didn't get this out as soon as I could have. It's kind of odd because I was thinking like, well, what else can I put out in terms of content? Because we're in such a dead zone right now in terms of gaming. There's really nothing coming out. All we've had was Pikmin 3 for the Wii U, and that's pretty much been it. There's been a couple of DLCs, but nothing really major. And I'm trying to think, okay, what can I put out that's interesting? And I totally forgot, okay, I can do a channel update. That's something, at least. Anyway, good news. This month we're finally going back into the full gaming season, meaning that we're going to have releases that are really anticipated games that are coming out, and we're basically going to be in full speed towards the next generation of consoles when those release sometime this holiday season. So it's going to be exciting. What can you expect to see on here? Alright, well, first off, obviously the notable releases are August 20th, which is Splinter Cell Blacklist, a game that I've been waiting for a long time. Not exactly the biggest Splinter Cell fan. I do love the whole stealth action genre, and the first Splinter Cell game I played was Conviction, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The only problem I found with that game was that it was just short. But they claim this Splinter Cell is going to be the biggest Splinter Cell yet, so I'm really excited to go ahead and get the game. I do have that pre-ordered, just the regular edition. I don't need a toy plane, I don't have any room for it. But I am excited to play the game, and I really can't wait for it. I think it's going to be awesome. Huge stealth game fans. So, and then on that same day, there's like 5 games coming out on the same day. On that same day, we have Saints Row 4, which is a game I'm skipping out on. I'm not a huge fan of the Saints Row series. I don't find it as interesting as, some of you guys. The Saints Row games are more about, just wacky sort of fun, and I did play Saints Row 3, and I wasn't really invested in it. I couldn't get myself really into the game. So with Saints Row 4, I'm probably just gonna skip over it. It's not a game that I'm particularly excited to play, or that really is attractive to me at all. So, but there's that. Some of you guys are excited for it. That's great. Hopefully the game's good. Also on that same day is the Bureau XCOM Declassified, which is a third-person strategy game in the XCOM universe. This game was actually it kept getting delayed. It was supposed to come out like last year or something like that. Well, now it's finally coming out on August 20th, along with those other games I just mentioned. So there is that, and I believe there's one more. What's the name of that game? That game for Wii U that was supposed to be a Wii U exclusive, and it's now a multi-platform game that's being released by Ubisoft. It was supposed to come out in late February. I can't think of the name right now, but that game is coming out as well. Some of you guys obviously know what that is, and that's pretty much it. I mean, we have Payday 2 coming out on the 13th. I was gonna get that game. I originally had it pre-ordered, but after going over some conversations with my friends, no one else is getting the game, and since it's a co-op game, it doesn't make sense for me to get the game and just play it single player. So I'm kind of like, leaving that game behind as well. So really the only game I'm getting this month is Splinter Cell Blacklist, which is still, I'm really pumped for the game. I can't wait for it. So that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah. It's really hard because there's nothing coming out this month at all. What have I been doing? Well, I've been trying to shorten my list of backlog games. So over the course of this weekend, I was able to beat Wolfenstein, the reboot that came out in 2009. I was able to beat Wolfenstein. I was enjoying the game. The game glitched out on me, and I couldn't get it to unglitch itself. Well, finally, I went back to it. I restarted a checkpoint on the previous level, and it worked, and I was able to finally beat the game, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed the game thoroughly. So that game's finally off the list. It is a good game. It really is. I also completed Grid 2 finally. People were wondering what my thoughts are on that game. I'm not going to do a written review on that simply because the game's been out for a couple months. But what I can tell you is that it's a really good racing game, and definitely I think they could have added more tracks because they reused a lot of tracks, and they basically said, all right, here's the track, you can go around it clockwise or counterclockwise, or we'll switch out the layout so that maybe you're going this way instead of straight or something. They did something like that. So really the track amounts I wish was just higher, but it is a good game, and I was actually glad I played it, and I should have not canceled my pre-order and got Fuse instead, which was terrible. But that was completed. It is a long game. I also completed Bayonetta, finally. I got stuck on this one part where I had like no life left, and I have this tendency where I get stuck in the game and I'll take a break. I'll go back to it hours or days later, and I'll just complete the part like that. It's like the oddest thing. Like I'll get stuck and really frustrated at this one puzzle part in the game, and when I go to replay it after taking a break, I just figured it out like on the first try. It's weird. That always happens to me, but that's finally completed. So I completed 3 games, and I'm actually working on Red Faction Guerrilla, which Actually, I did a review on that back when I used to do camera review. I was like 14 or 15 when I did a review like that, and my voice sounded like this. So I'm finally trying to complete that game again, and pretty much that's it. On PS3, I just been playing Yakuza 3, which is a great game. I love the Yakuza series. It's kind of funny because I'm not a Japanese game type of person that I appreciate the style, but it's just the whole gameplay of it doesn't really appeal to me. The Yakuza series is more action based. It's not like, you have to do repetitive grinding in order to beat this last boss. It's not like a Final Fantasy thing. It's more action based. I guess you can call it an RPG. It's more open world, but it's action based, and I really do underneath all that quirkiness, which is it's awesome at one part, but underneath all the quirkiness and all the personalities is a really interesting story, and I think that's what's keeping me interested in that game series, is that the story is just really good, and it has a really deep narrative that's character focused, and that it's an emotional, character driven story, which is something I always look for when I play games, is a story that I can really get involved in and characters I can really invest my time into. So I'm trying to beat that on PS3 currently at the moment. I actually got some recent pickups. I guess I'll show you guys since they're right here. So the first of which is God of War 3. I rented this on GameFly back when I had that service, and I never got to beat this game. And in fact, I returned it from GameFly because I lost interest. The gameplay just wasn't really keeping me that interested. I wanted to play something otherwise, so I returned it to GameFly and just never went back to it. But this time, I'm going to beat it for sure. Second game I got was Enslaved Odyssey to the West. Now, I previously beat this on the Xbox 360. Well, first of all, GameStop was having a buy one get one free, so I just bought this, which is like $7, and then I got this for free because this was like the only thing in the bin that I really wanted. So I'm gonna play this on PS3 and beat it on PS3. I already played and beat it on the Xbox 360, but I'm gonna try it on the PS3 version. So basically, this was free. And then the second thing I bought was the Resistance Collection, and I actually threw away the case because I don't want it. But all 3 Resistance games. Now, I already played Resistance 3. I rented it from GameFly, and I beat it, and I didn't like it. My review's kind of infamous for that. I kind of rated the game, I think I gave it like a 7 or something. The game was just kind of repetitive, and the story, I wasn't really, feeling the story. There's nothing really motivating there for me to complete the game. It's just repetitive first-person shooter combat. The first Resistance, yes, the first Resistance, My friend gave me the copy. I sold it a long time ago, and I never beat the game. So I'm gonna play these two, and hopefully, yeah, I'm gonna give them another chance. Because I'm sorry, the last game Insomniac made that I was actually interested in was Spyro the Dragon on PS1. Back when I was a kid, and I really, I liked those type of games, those platforming games. So I really feel that Insomniac's just been out of touch with their games. I mean, they put out Fuse, which was just awful. There wasn't anything fundamentally wrong with the game. It was just so average. It was like, what the hell happened? Then they have their new game as an Xbox One exclusive called Sunset Overdrive, which looks weird, just odd. So I just don't even know about them anymore. But I did pick this up mainly because I wouldn't get bored. On PC, I've been playing all the games I bought from Steam, so I completed the first Sphere, which was fantastic. I enjoyed that game more than I thought I would. It was really challenging, but it was really, it had a good story, and the game was actually really fun, and the atmosphere at the time must have been incredible. I wish I played that game back when it was new, because the graphics and everything was just it was just very well done. It's just a very well done game. So I think I'm going to start playing Fear 2 when I get home to the PS3 house tomorrow. So, and that will kind of be what I'm starting on. So yeah, basically I just picked up these 5 games. I know a lot of you guys are saying, wait, aren't you trying to save for an Xbox One? What the hell is happening? You have to understand, my money isn't all conjoined. When I have like $1,000, it's not all like this. It's not like I have $1,000 to this, $1,000 to this, and $1,000 to this. It's all coming from one pile. It's not like that. I take my money and I have separate piles for separate categories. I have my savings pile, which is for the Xbox One and stuff like that. I got my necessities pile, which is for toiletries, maybe gas for cars, for my car, and anything that I may need. And then I have the money which I'm able to spend on games and entertainment and going out with friends. That's the way I do my money. A lot of people think I'm like rich. All right, it's not that I'm rich, it's just that I know how to manage my money well. All right, there's a clear difference. If I was rich, I'd go to GameStop and I'd buy the freaking I'll show you guys. I have a whole list here on my phone, a whole list of all the games that I want to purchase to add to my collection for this generation, as well as a backlog. I'm very organized in the way I do this because that's just the type of person I am. I mean, you see my room here, it's all clean. I have all my games organized in release date order, alright? It's not because that's just the way it is, it's because I want them to look like that. So, here, I'll show you guys. This is on Google Drive, which is fantastic when you want to pull up documents. Look. Here's all the games on Xbox 360 I want to get for this generation, along with the PS3. Alright? So, I keep this list. If I was rich, I'd just go ahead and just buy everything on this list, because money's no object. But you guys have to realize that in a way, I should make a separate video on this, just to clarify some things, but I didn't really truly appreciate the value of money until I started making it. And that was when I was like, oh, I gotta save, I gotta spend my money, spend it responsibly, and, manage it correctly. And I learned this over time. I think a lot of people, when you're young, you want to grow up fast, and I was always like this. I wanted to grow up fast. I wanted to hurry up and just start my life. And as I got older and I started moving into, okay, now I have a job, now I have responsibilities, now I'm earning money, and I have to pay for, I can actually pay for my gains, but I also have to pay for other necessities and other stuff like that, and credit card payments and whatnot. You start to miss the fact that, okay, when I was young, I just wanted to grow up fast. And you started to miss, okay, the only responsibility I have in life is getting good grades at school. When you're older, you have all these other responsibilities. And it's funny because when I was younger, I was just like, I want to grow up and I want to be, I want to be an adult and I want to be able to live my life. I want people to take me seriously. And you really, truly don't know what you have until it's taken away from you. And, a lot of us underestimate a lot of the things that we have, and it's just a learning process to appreciate, not to make us wish what we don't have, but appreciate what we do have. All right, we're not here to sit. We're not. You have to try and focus on not what you want, but what you have, and trying to accumulate what you want, but to make sure to do it in a responsible way that's not that won't damage you in terms of maybe financial or some other way. So that was horribly horribly not how to say it, but I'll make a separate video eventually, maybe sometime this month when I just am trying to put out some content, because this is a whole very complicated subject. That's going to take a whole 20-minute video to explain. But I just wanted to let you guys know that those are the recent pickups, all right? And you get that's how I guess I manage my money, for those of you guys who didn't know. And yeah, so let you guys all know, I am working hard. I go back to school the 26th of August. Give me a sec, I'll check that on the calendar. Yeah, the 26th of August, the last week of August, is when I go back to school. I start my second year of college, which is going to be exciting, I guess. I actually am excited to start back because now I'll be back into, I'm not going to be able to work as much because I also have to juggle school, but at the same time, I'll be able to see my friends again, and, it's going to be back to the normal schedule that I've become accustomed to. And I won't be bored at home all the time trying to complete games. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching the channel updates. I know it was less about the content on the channel and more about personal stuff, but I gotta make it interesting somehow, and I just thought I'd explain to you guys what I'm doing currently and also the content that you should be expecting in the coming weeks. So you guys should know that. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know what you've been doing this boring summer, if it's been boring for you. And I'll talk to you guys later, and I'll see you the next time I can think of something interesting to put up on the channel. Really, the only thing I have planned is the next-gen update, but that's not going to come till like mid to late August. When I get enough money for the Xbox One is when it's gonna come, because I already have, I believe I already have, as of right now, no. By the end of this week, I would be able to pay off the full console. So the whole console is going to be paid for. I just got to get the other money for the games by the end of this week. But I will let you guys know in the last next gen update when I finally pre-order the Xbox One, when I finally can tell you guys what games I'm getting for it. And even if somehow if I try to get a third game for the year, let's say if I, because right now my plan is to get 2 game releases for the next gen consoles, get 2 games for the new consoles, and then just get the rest on like Black Friday when they go down on sale. So that's kind of my plan. I'll let you know if that changes. But anyway, this video is dragging on way too long. So thank you guys for watching. Have a good day, and I'll see you all for the next random video I decide to put up. Bye.